Okay guys, I'm not really into these things, but a friend asked me to do like a affliction guide for him, so I'm gonna try to explain him how and what to do with the affliction spec from my point of view. So first of all, I'm gonna start with the talent points. There's not really big difference between all the affliction specs. Demon talents are always the same. First energy to the demonic embrace and blah 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 blah, you know, you see it over here. It's always the same, this is the best, so I don't have any options to do. The only differences with the other specs is like playing with succubus, but I don't suggest you to do that in affliction because you need to dot like a couple of targets and you need to CC only once, so that means you don't need succubus at all. So first of all, the main affliction spec is this that I'm using here. The only difference is that you're lacking 1 point and you have to choose which one of these slots not to have it. I mean, one of them is suppression, corruption, or here, death's embrace. At the moment I prefer this one because I got capped hit, you know, see, 4%, so it doesn't really matter for me if I lose one more from here. The rest of the talents are just like sitting. There's like all of them like full except Shadow Embrace. I just put one here just to take the debuff from it. You don't have enough talent points to max this one. Even if you do, you're gonna lose like a lot more, but better bonuses from the talent points. Destruction page is off. You don't need to put anything here, except if you're doing PV, but this is not the case. So about the glyphs, there's two main glyphs that you need always to use. One of them is Shadow Flame. I mean, it's like you got a little more mobility with it because you can slow. I know Curse of Exhaustion is still some slow, but 17% is much more better than 30. The next one is Corruption. You just like the Nightfall, 4% more, so somehow you double the Nightfall effect. And you get like 8% to get Shadow Bolt. I mean, I prefer to play with these two because sometimes, if you're lucky, you can like fire lots of bolts. I mean, once I did like 5 in a row. It was really funny. So the breakpoint about the talent point, the glyphs, I mean, is here on the third one, because you have to choose like between two. One of them is Crit Disease, which reduces the time between periodic damage of your corruption, so you can tick faster if you have enough haste. And the other talent point is, I mean glyph is Unstable Affliction. It reduces the casting time by 0.2 seconds. Let me see where it was. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, this one. So both of the glyphs are like really good, but there's like little differences in some points, because as a Warwalk you're being tuned in the game like 24/7, and sometimes it's really hard to apply Unstable Affliction on the target when you're like being nuked by Thundercleave, African Turtle or something like that. So if somebody have problems with that, I suggest him to use this glyph. It's really useful. But I prefer the other one, the click for a corruption one. I know that sometimes I'm like having lack of damage about it when I cannot apply the unstable affliction, but you need to learn at some point to use it, so I prefer this one for more pressure on the enemy. Still the casting time of 4 is like not that big, like 1 second or something, yeah. It goes a little below 1 second. It's faster, but as I said, I prefer more damage from this one. So here are the talent points again. I'm going back to it. There's still little differences, depends on the combo. As I said, this is the main one, but sometimes when you're playing like with Death Knight, I use Curse of Agony. These talent points, so the 2 points from suppression are going here, and I put like something more with a hit. I know that the cap is 4%, but versus paladins or blue elves it's really annoying when something misses, you know. Nobody likes it. So about the talent points, this is all I think that I can say. So moving forward with it, the gear. So as I said before, in arena as a warlock you're being like tuned out like 24/7 by the physical damage dealers, and the warlock is really squishy. I mean, especially versus warriors, it's like, you know, if you're playing warlock, you know what I'm talking about. So 1.2 resilience is like the minimum cap for affliction in the arenas. Not only because you don't have nether protection from the talent points, but also that you don't have the mobility with Shadow Fury to stop the damage at some point. So you're more squishy versus casters as well. And your only option is the Demonology, the Soul Link, talent points. So this is like the minimum cap. I prefer to play with more PvE stuff, so I got like the shoulders that I equipped it with resilience gems, also the trinkets. Some people ask me why I use this one and this one instead of default. The reason is that if I'm lucky enough and the bot trinkets proc at the same time, the amount of damage that I'm doing with the dots is insane. I mean, insane, like really insane. I got almost like 2k spell power from nothing. While here on this one the damage bonus is like not that high. I mean, I need to wait, and on top of that you also need a crit, so even for Destro I prefer this one than the full one. For the weapon enchant, because most of the time I played with black magic, but now when I play more affliction I use 63 spell power. You don't need that much haste as affliction, you know. Even now I got more than enough. I might change some of my games here. It's probably because of the trinket. Yeah, I will do it right now. Let me just pick a game up. This is the one. Wow. Let's see how much spell power we got. This is like with my own boss. 3,369. 900 haste, which is enough. More than enough, I might say. good crit, and also the hit cap, it's the most important thing. I like a little spell penetration, so the minimum is like 1 to 5, you know. So this is like the basic stats and talent points about Affliction. Mainly in the arena you're like the tank of the team, so everybody's like nuking you. And that's why you need that much resilience more than the destruction. Some people might disagree with me and say like, yeah, but if we do damage than the other team, we don't need that much resilience, you know. But look at from that point of view, if you have lots of damage, I mean spell power, crit, haste, but less resilience, there is that critical point when you cannot use the opportunity to make that damage, because you're just like playing defensive, trying to survive. So you need to build some more defensive stats before you enter the arena. Also, like some warlocks in the games using like Curse of Agony, but I prefer to play to use elements, not only because of the bonus damage and the resistance, but the amount of damage that I get bonus at the corruption and unstable affliction is much more than Curse of Agony itself. And that's the reason that I'm using this. I know that you got like only 2 dots, but the amount of damage is like bigger. I do use this sometimes when I'm playing versus priest and rogue maybe, and I don't want the rogue to stay in stealth that much, so I use the agony, so to keep him in combat and to have some debuff on him, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna play some skirmish to try to show a few more things about it. Oh, I'm with Paladin, this will be fast. Funny. Let's see. The priest and paladin. Okay, you can always start with this. Just put the dots on him, and that's GG. I'm gonna port up with double fear. With this. Ay. With fear you always have to use like unstable affliction on the target, so like the paladin won't be able to dispel him or something like that. I know these guys are bad, but still I'm just trying to show some things. You see the amount of damage that I'm doing, like it's more than 1000 per tick on the dots. At the same time the paladin is doing more damage than it has to. So I get another fear on this. See, this is the main critical point. Like, whoa, you just fear, blah 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 blah. Oh. I'm just gonna cover this guy. Well, I actually want to play versus some warrior. That would be much more funnier. Oh. Is this paladin again? Sweet. Okay, so let's hope we got some warrior here with paladin or something like that. I tried to play like with the healer the past few days as affliction. Well, I think we're gonna lose this game. So first of all, this is the agony. Let's say that the mage is a warrior. See, with the slow, it's really annoying. He can't catch you at all. That's when you're like being tuned out or something. You can just keep only corruption him with exhaustion and stuff like that, you know. See, the Nightfall, talent again. Well, I don't had the luck to meet some warrior, but still, I hope this was like useful for you. I'm gonna play some more games here, so if you enjoy like the noob playing as Affliction, I'll be glad.